All right, y'all, welcome back this week to Love Frequency. So this week we're going to talk about a very important topic and we're going to get into the cards. So stay tuned and just remember every week we give a special message along with the reading. One thing I want to talk about is partnerships. This week is definitely, or this month of going into October is going to be about partnerships. And basically, the right partner can make or break you. This is the person that is around you every day. This is the person that is pulling your energy and can pull from your energy. They can make or break you, and they can also drain you. Keep that in mind when choosing people and the right partnership. And speaking of that, before jumping ahead, everything plays a role. I really love the tribe card because it represents what we are about to get into. Choosing your right people, your right tribe, people in your circle can make or break you. Do you guys see the face right here? Yeah, most of the cards have a face in it, but I just wanted to point that out, that the right partner can make or break you. So choose the right people, your right tribe, because people can be very draining. And the unfortunate part about it is partners, intimate partners, because partnership can mean different things. They could be a business partner. They could be a mentor. That is also considered partnership. But what I'm getting into is as far as the intimate partner, like somebody you may choose as a spouse, they definitely can make or break you. So choosing partners who align with your goals, align with your mission, align with where you're trying to go spiritually, choose them wisely. And I understand that we all come here to learn, and every person that is in your and coming into your life, they all are meant to awaken something in you and to help you grow to the next level. Don't look at it as it's a bad thing that you meet someone that is not currently aligned, because if you think about it, and when that karmic situation ends, it's going to teach you something. And it could be currently mirroring something that you need to grow. With that being said, partners can be very jealous of you. Everyone always talks about friendships and friends being jealous of you. But what about the people that you lay next to at night? There's a lot of people who are very much so jealous of their partner, jealous of their spouse, jealous of their shine, taking their energy, pulling from that. A lot of times people don't even realize that they're being a bloodsucker. That's what a lot of people like vampire, draining your energy, not really contributing to the mission. You feel overwhelmed. Sometimes people really genuinely may not mean to do that. They just cannot help themselves. But it is up to you as spiritual people to learn when to practice discernment, learn when your lesson is up in that karmic situation, and let it go. This is not to blame people and say that they're a narcissist and all of this other stuff. I think people are genuinely who people are. So some people may see it as a bad thing, but really we meet people for a reason in a season. It may not be a lifetime, but it's definitely a reason in a season. And some people may look at it as a bad thing, that this person hurt me, they maybe abused me, they were a bad person, they drained me. But look back on that situation and ask yourself, what did I learn from it? And how did that situation make me a better person? Because I promise you are a better person because of that. Some people have to go through the fire and come out as a phoenix. And that could have been part of your life path and your growth in this life. You don't know what type of spiritual lesson that you're learning, that you need to go through that in order to get to the next level, to maybe help so many people. But in order to do that, you have to go through crazy situations. It seems like a lot of tests, a lot of trauma. I don't like to use the word toxic, but toxic relationships, toxic situations. Stuff may seem like it's not really taking heed or taking off for you, but really that's part of the plan. That's part of the lesson for you to figure out how to get through adversity like the phoenix. You grow, you heal, you get through it, and you moved on, and now you're able to help the world, and which is what we need, a lot of elevation. So don't always think of people that come into your life as a bad thing. They're meant to help you with something, but just learn when to shut it off and say, you know what? I learned the lesson. Thank you for the lesson, and my time is up with you. And sometimes people may not want to believe that the person that they with can be jealous of them in a relationship, but sadly, your intimate partner can be jealous of you. They can be jealous of your light, jealous of your shine. And it doesn't mean that this person is a bad person, but it does happen. They can be a vampire sucker. And that just goes to show y'all cannot be equally yoked. This was a season or reason. Know when to let that go. And I don't know if you guys realize it, but sometimes people can see when someone is dimming their light. Have you ever seen someone and you just like, wow, you look so down, or look like something is wrong or something like that? Then when you, let's say you see them from that relationship, they're shining, they're glowing, they're elevating, they feel more relief and alive. That could be a sign of a relationship that could have been draining you from an energy sense. So y'all got to be careful of that. And I could speak on that too. There's been plenty past relationships, not any recent ones, that really, I looked so bad at my lowest, gained weight, had bad acne, just so stressed. And as soon as I got out of that relationship, it's just like I bloomed. I started shining. I started glowing. I didn't let that relationship affect me from finishing school because I wasn't finishing my undergrad at that time. I didn't let that stop me from finishing school. But let me just say, I made it hard for me. I made life hard on myself because I chose to stay in that situation. I knew that situation was dimming my light. And the lesson in that is the universe telling you that how far you can love and how deep you can love a person, but knowing when to let situations like that go. Your time is up. Because the more that we keep allowing certain things and people to keep going on and on and on, let's say that relationship actually lasted 4 years. So something drastic is going to happen because clearly the universe is basically saying we've given this person many signs and they're not getting a hint. That's when that Tower card or a big life event happens where you have no choice but to let that relationship go because it's that severe. There was many red flags. There was many things that I'm sure happened that said, let this relationship go. Your time is up. People may not see that certain people and relationships can dim your light, but some things don't need to be explained. Some things, you're not here to babysit people or make someone else feel good about themselves. When you get into a partnership, the tribe, this is about finding your people, friendships, whatever, that's tribe, all of it. But what we're talking about today is your intimate partners. So it's about finding people who can add value where they're not stressing you out. They're adding to the pot. They're contributing. It's not to say that they have to be 100% like you, but saying, hey, I am the piece of the puzzle. This is a partnership. I can bring this to the partnership. You could bring that to the partnership, versus making it seem or feel like you are doing most of the work in that relationship. Now you're drained. Now you're stressed, having sickness and issues, and all of that stuff is just coming up because you're carrying all that weight and all that workload and not keeping it balanced. Relationships is all about that scale. It's all about the balance of energy, the balance of give and take. So this is not your job to fix people. It's not your job to make someone else feel comfortable because they're insecure. They don't want to pull their weight in the relationship. So they try to make you feel bad, bring your light down. It's sad to say, but there's a lot of relationships out there like that will drain you and pull you down and really dim the light because you're the sun card. You are the sun. And what do people like to do with the sun? They like to go out in the sun and soak up that energy because the sun shines bright. The sun leads. This card is about leading and being a leader, but also knowing when to fall back and let other people lead to see how they can contribute into this relationship, not just you. Because that's what a tribe is all about. We all are the tribe. We're all able to give and take in this and not just put it on one person to bear all the weight. And as I said before in my prior videos, the way to test people, this is not to say you're testing somebody to play a game with them, but the way you can really see how someone can pull weight. Remember how in class and where we all had a group assignment, right? I'm going to use that for an example. Everyone is responsible for their contribution. And it was always that one person. They could not turn in assignments on time or nothing. And I'm like, you know what? You are allowing the group to pull your fucking weight because you don't want to do it. And it was always that other one person that said, oh, we're gonna turn in an assignment without that. We're gonna do this and that. But really, what was the purpose of going to school? And when you go to school to work on projects with other people, because we all know we can do shit ourselves. But the purpose of that is to see how you work in a group, how you work in a partnership, and how you get along and how you handle business with a group of people. Are you being a leader? Are you allowing yourself to give and take? Because here's the deep part about it. A lot of y'all don't know how to receive. Some of you guys are so used to being the helper, being the savior, and it started from childhood. It started from your family, where you're doing all the things and pulling on the weight. So when you go out here and get older and get in these relationships, you are comfortable with pulling all the weight, doing everything, not allowing people to show up for you. Allow people to show up for you and show you who they are. Don't do all the work for people. You can cultivate. I always preach on cultivation. Give people the tools, the resources that they need to help themselves. Step back. I promise you, take a step back and really just look and see. You will see that this person is not pulling a weight with you. They're not on your level. They're not being a good participator. They're not being a tribe. If it wasn't for you and your light, they're not elevating. They're not even elevating themselves. And I've been saying that on 2, 3, 4, 5 videos way back. That's the lesson that I had to learn the hard way. As soon as I start stepping back, because I too was the savior. I was a helper. I wanted to help my relationship, save people, do this for them and do that. But a lot of times they didn't even want it for themselves. I've had people that wanted to start a business. Cool. You want to start a t-shirt business. What have you been doing the past year or two? Nothing. But they wanted me to come along and do this and help them with the resources. And guess what? You know where those people are? Nowhere. Not starting a business, not doing nothing. Still not doing nothing. So allow people to contribute to the project, and not to use project with relationships, but I'm just using that as a clear example for people to understand what I'm saying here. But relationships apply the same way. We are in a partnership. This is my task and this is your task. My goal is to not correct you when it's your time to shine and your time to do the task. That is called learning how to be in a relationship. So I don't want to get too far off the scale, because this is more about people that's dimming your light and dimming your shine. But we are going to talk about the reverse of this, people who don't know how to give up control because they're so used to helping people that they have to do everything by themselves. If this was a by yourself relationship or by yourself project, of course, that's easy. Back on topic. So take a step back, allow people to come and contribute the assignment that the universe sent so that y'all can be a partnership and grow. Because if not, it's going to feel one-sided. It's going to feel like that person is dimming your light, dimming your shine, and relationships can be very much so jealous of their partner, hating on their partner. Have y'all ever had a relationship, or some people that can relate? Let's say you want to work out, you're trying to get your life together, look good, and your partner say, oh, you're going to the gym, you're trying to look good for somebody. No, I'm trying to be healthy for myself. Red flag, jealousy. You're trying to go back to school to elevate yourself. You're trying to make more money than me to leave. So I'm just making up shit here, but y'all get what I'm saying. Jealousy. Why wouldn't you want your partner to elevate? Why wouldn't you want your partner to work out and be healthy? Why wouldn't you want your partner to do what they need to do as an individual? Because some of y'all are so clingy and y'all are so dependent on a relationship that if that person were to leave, you don't know what to do. You don't know who you are. You don't know how to contribute because you're so dependent on this person in a relationship. That's why it's important is for that other person to not be so independent where they're handling so much stuff, making that person be dependent. There's a such thing as that. It's a word. You're motivating them to do bad, or you're conspiring them to continue the bullshit. Don't stop that. Family too. Mothers and kids and stuff. That's another topic, but almost the same sense. Allow your kids to go out here in the world and experience the world and stop doing everything for them, because if something were to happen to you, they may not know how to survive out here. Same difference in the relationships. Allow your relationship to show up for you and pull their weight, because if not, they're going to drain you. Before we get into the cards deeply, relationships, some can pull your light down and pull your shine down. And it's up to you to decipher that. But let's get into the cards and talk on it while we're reading the cards. We have the tribe here. Y'all have seen this card before. Basically representing that equally yoked union from all type of partnerships, friendships, business, relationships. Y'all all are a team. Y'all are a power couple. Everyone is equally doing what they need to do for the relationship or the partnership. This week, where it's the relationship piece, knowing when to have that partnership, allow them to pull their weight into the tribe. Then, of course, we have the loyal heart. This tells me, this is like a soulmate card too. This tells me both of you guys are loyal. So whoever this may resonate with, but it doesn't necessarily mean the person you're with is loyal. It just means maybe you're loyal to the situation. You're the leader, you're carrying the weight, making sure you attract or keep the type of tribe that is also just as loyal as you are. Make sure everybody in your tribe is loyal people. Everybody in your tribe is loyal. They're showing up. They're able to contribute. I may not be like you, but guess what? I'm able to add to the pot where we all shine together, and it's not just one person. So that's what I'm kind of picking up here as far as the loyal heart, along with the tribe card. And then blessed. We've had this card also before. Blessed meaning blessed from the divine. This relationship that you're in or going to be in is a relationship from the divine. It's blessed by the universe, blessed by God. Both of you guys have a loyal heart. You're able to contribute to each other, help build each other up and grow. That's what we need. That's what we're looking for. None of that not being able to contribute to the tribe. You need everything to flow. These are the beautiful cards this week. The tribe, loyal heart, and blessed. I already know I'm reading from the book because it's beautiful. The tribe, community, longing, being seen, being understood with like-minded connections and individuals, a sense of family, friendship, knowing your place in the world. Everyone's in alignment. Everyone's contributing. So we are useful to our families and communities. In the relationship piece, you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another person, perhaps that you share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads. Like I was saying, that's okay. You follow, I lead, you follow, but it's a balance. It's not I lead everybody. Now I'm stressed the fuck out. That's not what that's saying. No, ma'am. So when you see this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another, accepting the truth that everyone has their flaws of that part of the dance, and that's okay. You are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. So you're in a great place, but just keep that in mind. Know when to balance that out, because some of y'all don't know how to balance that give and take, and that's the importance of this week. And the cards speak peacefully and perfectly to that. We already know loyal heart. This one is one of my other favorite cards, but loyalty, devotion is self-explanatory. So your honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you, but also making sure that are you as loyal in return, or the person that you are with as loyal, as I mentioned, as loyal as you in return, so that they too can contribute to the tribe in a like-mindedness and not depleting your energy. If you are loyal to your dreams, your career, your creativity, faithful to your plans, while also remaining that flexibility and devotion to serving others, you will be shown prosperity. So that kind of leads me into the final card with the blessed. So every week, and even if you see repeated cards, when you see these cards with other cards, they mean something. So the topic of this week flows effortlessly with what we're talking about. Blessed. What did I mention about the blessed? Divine timing, and it's being guided by spirit. So whether the relationship you're in now or the one that you will be getting into. And you know what? I think we got this card before. We're blessed and loyal heart. So I already said the soulmate video. Soulmates are aligning with each other. And it started in 2020. Soulmates started aligning with each other. Karmic relationships started as well, but they started to help you further align. And if you know what I'm saying, a lot of relationships got into place end of 2019 going into 2020. Some broke up but got into new relationships. Those relationships probably lasted for another 4 years. And this year, no, wait a minute. This year or 2024, some of y'all broke up, still probably in some type of karmic relationship or met your soulmate. But something's going on. Something is definitely shifting. So that may be the reason why I'm picking up these two cards together, because I think they come together. They've been coming together. And then I got to tell y'all the story about my crystal. So this isn't not my original crystal that I got, but y'all see how it's two? So on my birthday, June 23rd, I lost my original crystal and I had to get these two new crystals. I was so devastated by it, but out with the old, in with the new. Maybe y'all can tell me, y'all see the head is two crystals in one. That to me represents soulmate, at least my own. Right. So getting into the last card, blessed. Something wonderful that is unearned, unexpected, unforeseen, a gift from spirit. There are no moments like this one. Out of the blue, it seems that everything has been orchestrated in divine intervention. You feel blessed. It almost feels like the Red Sea parted in front of you. Events came together, banished troubles, easily everything flowed naturally. Inside there's that deep down inside, something is coming, something that you deserve. Something is coming, and you may feel like you have been put through obstacles, but remember what I said earlier, those obstacles are preparing you for something, okay? So you are moving toward a deepening of intimacy in a unique and sacred partnership. You are meant to make this connection. This union is blessed by the divine. That's all I really need to say on that, because I feel like I said, all three of these cards I talked and spoke on before, but putting them together and what I'm picking up from these cards, Loyal Heart, the Tribe, and Blessed, is making sure it's very important getting into alignment that you bring in soul energy that is in an alignment for you and not something that cannot pull its weight. And it's not to say that this person needs to pull their weight, but maybe they should. If you feel like you're stressed and you deserve more, then that's your spirit telling you that you deserve something more, and it is stressing you out. And it's not that other person's fault, because guess what? Some people can only meet you so far where they are on their spiritual journey. That is not their fault. It is up to you to practice discernment and say, we've been together for 2 years. I've learned what I needed to, but I can no longer move forward on a spiritual journey with you. Because guess what? You could be holding them up from their soulmate, their karmic lesson, by continuously holding on to something. Going back in our childhood, how we used to always be that savior, saving people, not wanting to give up, feeling like a failure because we were taught those things. So when we get older in our relationships, we feel like we need to hold on to that relationship until the end, knowing that it has depleted our energy and depleted our soul and our spirit. And we're trying to make it work. But if you do that for too long, the universe will jump in and something dramatic can happen where you have no choice but to let that person go. And I think I may save this for next week. So stay tuned for next week. I want to continue this conversation, and this is going to be about childhood trauma that led us into our adulthood, where we feel like the partnerships that we're in, the relationships that we're in, that we deserve that. And we have to work hard for our relationships. We have to stick it out for our relationships. We have to stay in it so long, 4, 5, 6, 10 years for that relationship. Because if not, we feel like a failure, that we don't deserve more. I read a TD Jakes CD. Listen to a TD Jakes CD about 2006. And I would never forget his words that he said. He said, someone can give you flowers and now you're in love. You feel like they're your whole world because they got you flowers. But nobody never got you flowers. So to you, you take that as, this is love for me. Not realizing that some things people just giving you breadcrumbs. They're giving you bare minimum. Flowers is something, I'll give anybody some flowers. I will buy a stranger some flowers. That is bare minimum. That's why it's important to have your tribe and have people around you that you grow up with to teach you certain things. My mom was all we had. I didn't grow up with a father figure, but I do feel like if I had a father figure, he would have added more to my life as far as understanding certain things. But my mother was all I had, and she was a strong woman. So I became a strong person. But also, I took that as I had to be strong for everybody. I had to do everything for everybody. And that included my relationships. If I see struggle in them, I was like, I need to fix it. Because if it was too easy or if it was too not stressful, something's wrong. Stick it out, stay with this person for as long as I needed to. And that's the wrong way to think about it. No, you deserve love. You deserve peace. You deserve somebody that's not dimming your light. They're adding to it. Imagine 2 lights. shining, not just one. Step back, allow that person to contribute. You deserve more than just flowers. You deserve more than just bare minimum. But sadly, a lot of us may think and feel that way because we've always had to show up for other people. We didn't have a chance to cry. We didn't have a chance to reach out to someone and says, I'm not the strong person. I don't want to do this. Because what did our family do? You got it. You could do it. You're strong. You could do this and you could do that. I know I can, but do I want to? You know what I mean? There's nobody else that can help the tribe to help me with this as well.